Okay, so I'm 38 years old, half Japanese, half American. I grew up in Los Angeles with my mother, never knew my father, never even knew his name. My whole life, whenever I asked, Mum would say the same thing. He left us. He's gone. Forget him. There's nothing good there. So I did. I forgot him, or tried to. Built my life without him, without answers, without closure. I thought that was the end of the story. I was wrong. So incredibly, devastatingly wrong. And I found out in the worst possible way, on a Tuesday, on a highway, from a cop I'd just insulted in Japanese, thinking he couldn't understand me, let me back up. This particular Tuesday was hell. I'd been forced to drive 4 hours to my aunt's 70th birthday party, didn't want to go, hate family gatherings, hate small talk, hate pretending everything's fine when it's not. But Mum guilted me into it. Your aunt would be so hurt if you didn't come. Family is important. Family. The same family that never told me anything about my father. The same family that kept secrets for decades. But I didn't know that yet, not then. I'd fought with my husband that morning, stupid fight, about dishes, about his mother, about nothing and everything. I left angry, didn't sleep well, grabbed the wrong purse, the one without my good sunglasses, without my phone charger, without anything useful. I was already irritated, already on edge, already having a bad day. And then I got on the highway and I was late. So I sped, not crazy speeding, just 15 over, maybe 20, enough to get noticed. I saw the lights in my rearview mirror, red and blue, flashing. You've got to be kidding me. I pulled over, waited, watched in the mirror as the cop got out of his car. Tall guy, black, broad shoulders, slow walk, that cop walk. The one that says, I've got all day and you're going nowhere. Great, just great, exactly what I needed on this disaster of a day. He approached my window, I rolled it down, already preparing my face, my polite face, my yes officer face, my I'm so sorry face. License and registration, please. Deep voice, calm, neutral. I handed them over. He looked at them, looked at me, and something flickered in his eyes, something I couldn't read. Do you know why I pulled you over? I was speeding, I know. I'm sorry, I'm late for a family thing and you were going 78 in a 55. 78. Shit. That's not 15 over. That's 23 over. That's a ticket. Expensive ticket. I'm really sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Bad day, bad morning. I'll slow down. He just looked at me. Not angry, not sympathetic, just looking. And something about that look made me angry. Made me feel like he was judging me, like he was seeing some privileged woman in a nice car who thought she could talk her way out of a ticket, like he'd already decided I was guilty, already decided I deserved worse, and I snapped, not out loud, not in English, but in Japanese, under my breath, thinking, knowing he wouldn't understand, and that's when I switched to Japanese, under my breath, muttering, thinking he wouldn't understand a word. Fucking hell, fat asshole with a gun. What are you going to do, shoot me? What are you even staring at? All in Japanese. He didn't react, didn't flinch, just kept writing, kept looking at my license. So I kept going, getting bolder, getting meaner, still in Japanese, still thinking I was safe. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Officer. I forgot that in America you can't hurt black people's feelings, even when they pull you over for absolutely nothing. Still nothing, no reaction, no anger. He just stood there, taking it, right in his ticket, and I felt powerful, Felt like I was getting away with something, saying what I really thought without consequences, without him knowing, so I went further, crueler, still muttering in Japanese like a coward. Typical victim playing eggplant. Go eat your donuts before I decide to file a complaint. Eggplant. That's what some Japanese people call black people. Cruel, racist, wrong. I knew it was wrong even as I said it, but I was angry and he didn't understand. So what did it matter? And then his phone rang. He pulled it out, answered it, and he spoke in perfect Japanese, fluent, natural, native level Japanese. Yes, Mum, I'm busy right now, but I'll call you back soon. There's a girl here who thinks I don't understand Japanese. Funny, right? My blood turned to ice, actually froze in my veins. He understood. He'd understood everything, every insult, every slur, every cruel word. He just stood there, taking it, letting me dig my grave deeper and deeper. He hung up, looked at me, and his face was different now. Not neutral, not calm, disappointed, like I was a child who'd done something terrible, something unforgivable. You want to try that again? In English this time. I couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. My face was on fire, burning with shame, with horror, with the realization that I'd just said the worst possible things to someone who'd understood every word. I didn't. I thought, you thought I wouldn't understand, so you felt safe being racist, being cruel, being a completely different person than the one you show the world. He was right. That's exactly what I'd done. I'd shown him who I really was when I thought no one was watching, when I thought there were no consequences, and he'd seen it, all of it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. Bad day, bad morning. I didn't mean, you meant every word. You just didn't think I'd understand them. He looked down at my license again, at my name, and his face changed again from disappointed to something else, something complicated. Your mother's name is Saori? How did he know my mother's name? Yes, why? He was quiet for a long moment, too long. Then, you know, she didn't tell you the truth about your father. My heart stopped. What? Your father? She told you he left? That he wanted nothing to do with you. That's not true. How do you know that? How do you know anything about my father? He handed back my license, looked me straight in the eyes, and said 5 words that changed my entire life. Because he's my father too. The world tilted. Actually tilted, like the ground shifted under my car. What? Your father? Takeshi Yamamoto. He's my father, which makes you my sister. Sister. I had a brother? This cop, this man I'd just insulted in the most horrible ways, was my brother? That's impossible. My father was Japanese. I couldn't say it. Couldn't say the word I'd just used so cruelly minutes before. Black? Yeah, my mother's black, American. She met our father when he was working in the States. They had an affair. She got pregnant with me. But your mum said he left, that he abandoned you. That's what she wanted you to believe. The truth? Our father had 2 families, one in Japan, official, legal, with a wife and kids, and one here with your mother, secret, hidden, complicated. When his wife found out, she divorced him. He wanted to make things right, wanted to marry your mother, wanted to acknowledge you. But your mother refused, said if he couldn't give her everything, marriage, legitimacy, respect, then she wanted nothing. She cut him off completely, told him to consider himself dead to you. I felt sick, actually physically sick. She lied? She protected herself and you, in her way. But yes, she lied. Our father tried for years to contact you, to see you, to be part of your life. She blocked him at every turn, changed addresses, changed phone numbers, made it impossible. Eventually, he gave up. But he never stopped wanting to know you, never stopped loving you. Tears were running down my face, hot, angry tears. And you, how do you know all this? Because I grew up with him, with our father. He raised me. After my mother died when I was 10, he was all I had. He told me about you, about his other daughter, the one he'd never met, the one whose mother hated him so much. She erased him from your life. He showed me pictures, old ones, of you as a baby, of your mother when she was young, when they were happy, before everything fell apart. Pictures. He had pictures of me, of a life I never knew existed. Where is he? Where's our father? His face fell, and I knew before he even said it. He died a year ago, heart attack, sudden, dead. My father was dead. I'd never met him, never known him, and now I never would. He wanted to meet you so badly, tried to find you on social media, found your Facebook, your Instagram, watched your videos, saw your life. But he was too afraid to reach out, afraid your mother would block him again, afraid you would reject him. So he just watched from a distance, loving you, missing you, grieving you, even though you were alive. I was sobbing now, ugly crying, in front of a stranger, a brother who I'd just met, who I'd insulted, who I'd called terrible, unforgivable things. I'm so sorry for what I said, for who I was, for everything. I know. How can you even look at me after what I said? He was quiet. Then, because you're my sister, because I've wanted to meet you my whole life, because our father made me promise I'd find you someday, tell you the truth, give you answers, even if you hated me, even if you hated him. I promised, and I keep my promises. How did you know it was me when you pulled me over? Your license, your mother's name, your face. You look like him, like our father. Same eyes, same smile. I knew immediately, but I had to be sure. Had to see if you'd mention family, mention him. You didn't, because you don't know him. Don't even know his name. That's when I knew your mother had succeeded, had erased him completely. He pulled something from his wallet, a photo, old, faded, a man, Japanese, handsome, smiling, standing with a woman. My mother, young, happy, in love. That's him. That's Takeshi, our father. I stared at the photo, at the man I'd never known, never met. And I saw it, the resemblance, the eyes, the smile, my face in his face. Can I keep this? It's yours. He would have wanted you to have it. He wrote something on the back of his ticket, crossed out the violation, wrote a phone number instead. No ticket, just call me when you're ready, when you've processed this. I have more photos, more stories, more answers if you want them. I took the paper. The ticket that wasn't a ticket. The phone number of a brother I didn't know existed. What's your name? Marcus Yamamoto. I'm Kenji, but you knew that from my license. He smiled, a sad smile. I know. Our father used to say your name over and over like a prayer, like if he said it enough times, you'd somehow hear him, somehow know he existed, that he loved you, that he was sorry. He walked back to his patrol car, drove away, and I sat there on the side of the highway, crying, shaking. Everything I thought I knew about my life was a lie. I called my mother right there. Why didn't you tell me? Tell you what? About my father, about Takeshi, about the fact that he tried to be in my life and you stopped him. Long, guilty silence. Who told you? His son. My brother, the cop who just pulled me over for speeding. You met Marcus? She knew. She knew about Marcus, knew I had a brother and never told me. How could you? How could you lie to me my entire life? I was protecting you from pain, from rejection, from a man who couldn't give us what we deserved. You were protecting yourself from having to share, from having to compromise. You wanted all or nothing, and when you couldn't have all, you chose nothing for both of us. You didn't just erase him from my life, you erased me from his. He died never meeting me, never knowing me because of you. She was crying now. I'm sorry, I thought I was doing the right thing. You were doing the selfish thing, and I paid for it for 38 years. I hung up, drove to my aunt's party, walked in looking like hell, crying, broken. My aunt took one look at me and pulled me aside. What happened? I met my brother today and found out my entire life is a lie. She went pale. You met Marcus? Everyone knew. Everyone except me. The whole family had known about my father, about his other family, about Marcus, and they'd all kept the secret to protect my mother, to protect her lies. I can't be here. I can't pretend everything's fine. I can't smile and eat cake and celebrate family when my family has been lying to me for almost 40 years. I left, drove home, called Marcus the next day. Can we meet? Talk? I have so many questions. Of course, I've been waiting for this call my whole life. We met at a coffee shop. He brought a box full of photos, letters, memories, our father's entire life, the life I never knew. We talked for hours about him, about us, about the family we could have been if Mum had just let it happen. He loved you, Marcus said, never stopped. Even when he accepted he'd never meet you, he loved you. I wish I'd known him. Me too. But at least now you know the truth about him, about me, about the family you have had. It's not too late for us, for you and me, to be siblings, to be family, if you want that. I looked at him. This stranger, this brother who I'd insulted, who I'd hurt, who'd forgiven me anyway. I want that. I want to know you, to know him through you, to build what we should have had all along. We've been meeting regularly for 6 months now, coffee, dinners, holidays, building a relationship that should have existed our entire lives. Better late than never? Maybe, but it's not better. It's just late. 38 years too late. So if the story made you question family secrets or made you think twice before insulting someone in another language, hit like and subscribe, because I've got more stories. Stories about fathers who were erased, stories about mothers who lied, stories about cops who turned out to be brothers, stories about racist rants that came back to haunt you in the worst possible way. Spoiler alert, people understand more than you think. Secrets don't stay buried forever. And Karma speaks Japanese fluently, and she's listening. I thought he was just a cop, just another obstacle on a bad day, just someone I could insult without consequences. I was wrong. He was my brother, the brother I never knew existed, the brother our father raised while I grew up thinking I had no father at all. And I met him by calling him terrible things in Japanese, thinking he wouldn't understand. But he understood everything, every word, every insult, every piece of ugliness. I thought I could hide behind a language barrier. There are no barriers, not really, just illusions, just lies we tell ourselves, just secrets that eventually, inevitably come out, usually at the worst possible time, on the worst possible day. from the worst possible person who turns out to be family